30-second episode of this series, where we're going to build a guardian farm that, besides giving us lots of items, will also serve as an experience farm. If you remember, in the last episode, we finished the trading hall, and today we're going to go to the nearest ocean monument to build a guardian farm. The nearest ocean monument through the Nether isn't far. Not sure why I'm crossing since I ended up underground, but oh well. As you can see, we're introducing a new direction. In this cardinal direction, we have the end, the bamboo farm, and the massive sand production way in the back, 3,000 blocks away. Over here, we only have the dye farm, which we're going to use, and these two places are empty. But oh no, you have to do it, Rubik. You have to build a tunnel. What a shame, right? Who wouldn't like a Minecraft tunnel in the 21st century? And the last thing, that's it. I forgot to dye the glass, my bad. I'm not sure what you think about the tunnel. I like the design but was torn between options. Let me show you. I have this server info bar. The first design I made was this one. I was hesitating between this and this, but with yellow like this. Here's what happened. I created this design by choosing purple as a complementary color to yellow. It resembles this tunnel we have, and I matched the aesthetic of the frog lights. A tunnel with each frog light. We'll see about the fourth one. It'll probably be with sea lanterns. But I was having a hard time coming up with a good one, so Pajamu made these two. I like both of them, honestly, but I think I like the orange one more. I don't know if it's perfect, honestly, because it doesn't follow the exact pattern of these. But, well, these don't follow the pattern 100% either. Look at the floor, for example. I'm not 100% sure that that all the cardinal tunnels have the same pattern, but with different colors. I don't know if I like it or not, but, well, it definitely gives it more or less order. It's true that the colors aren't very distinct, right? But, well, this one looks a bit like this one because it has some yellow. This one is clearly different. Well, as you can see, this is the whole tunnel. Following the rules I've set for myself here, we would have to make a different tunnel for the exit, okay? The cardinal tunnel. Yes, everything will remain the same and straight, and there will be outgoing tunnels here. I'm not going to build it now for a simple reason, and that's if I build it with a theme, I'm going to need materials from the Guardian farm, which I don't have yet, but we have to make. So let's get to work, right? Thank you. Honestly, it's amazing to have this storage. You saw it in a time lapse, but it took about 10 minutes to collect all of this. And I was lucky that I didn't have to go looking for anything. Everything was in the chest. I just had to grab things from each place. Well, I did craft a few things, but only with what was already inside. So I think I don't need anything else for the farm. It's a super simple farm to make. The concept isn't that simple, but it's a new one. Well, I want you to see it. Let's go. All right, I'm here to build and just realized something. I placed the mob spawner like we did in previous episodes, but nothing is spawning. No guardians are appearing. I thought it was a separate mob cap, but I see it's not. It looks like none are appearing. And honestly, this is going to be wonderful for building. I'm going to settle here for a bit. In fact, I already have my shulkers here. I'm going to set up a few things and start building. Most of it will be up top. But well, the good thing is that I won't have any mobs bothering me. That's wonderful. All right, let's start by making the first area, and I'll explain to you. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it, but this farm concept is from C5. I'm going to copy it just as it is. Well, and then we'll do the storage. The concept it uses is completely different. So the first thing that's going to happen is that the guardians will spawn here at whatever height. Well, I can't show it, but as you can see, they're going to rise up. The soul sand creates bubbles that lift you up. And there's no way to get out here. There's no way to go down, really. And then you might ask, why are there magma blocks below? Okay, so you're going to be up above in an AFK spot, so you're only going to load a certain part here. I mean, the rest, the monument won't be loaded, so that if one of the guardians that comes out for whatever reason manages to escape or something, it'll go down here through the magma blocks. And when it goes down, it'll despawn. Well, maybe not in this area, but in that area, it will go down and despawn, since the goal is for them to only spawn in this small area. I finally learned how to place the water. Not sure why I tried to use ice for everything before. Now I just need to make layers of water. And I think with this ice, it's going to be more than enough. Maybe I have to use this one. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, by the way, what I'm doing it with the tweaker that's in the settings. I don't know right now how to activate it, but anyway, I think I'll turn off the schematic so it's more satisfying to watch. Okay, now this creates a layer, but since this one has two adjacent, it's going to work. The water one will chain with this one, it will chain completely, then it will chain again. Well, they all chain. That's how it should be, how it should work. Exactly. Well, I thought I wouldn't have enough ice, but this is going to be more than enough. More than enough. And here, I missed a layer. It's okay. Perfect. It looks good. I like how it turned out. The top part remains, but I'll explain how it works. First, actually, here you can see that this is where all the guardians are going to come up. One thing I noticed while building it. This time I was alone, wanted something on in the background, and made the same mistake again. I mean, I listened to a podcast in the background, and now every time I see this farm or every time I come here, I'm going to remember that damn podcast. Everything that was said in it. It's a mental association thing. I don't know how it works, but it happened to me. Or I have Sayer one tunnels that I still remember, like what I was watching when I made which tunnel or what stream I was doing. And I don't know why, but I don't have a good memory either. It's not my strong suit, not at all. But I haven't gone back. All right, as you can see, there are lots of slime blocks. This is clever, and I'd like to show it with people, but it actually doesn't work with them, so we'll see it later. But anyway, if we activate the clock, which is just doing this, oh, I'm gonna get out of here. I can't get out, man. All right. The first thing you'll notice is that it causes a lot of lag. What happens is that it's client-side lag. That is, I'm the one getting lag, but the server is still perfect. Do you see the MSPT? They're at 13. I think they go up at most. 1, 2. Well, now they're going up a lot, but maybe that's because I moved. But in general, the MSPT hardly go up at all. Still, this probably causes a lot of lag for how small it is, and that's because of the trick it uses. I'm not going into detail, but you can see all the slime blocks move together. Regular pistons can't do this. I'll link the video from C5 in the description. He explains how he got this to work. Notice how everything moves as one block? Give it a try. In a creative world, try placing a pyramid of slime blocks and try to move it. You'll see that it won't work. It's because of something called update order. I mean, the mechanic is very simple. As you can see, the slime blocks are going to be pushing the guardians all the time toward the center. Then they'll go up through here, and we'll have to make a killing area for them. And I'm going to stop this now because I'm dying from the lag. What will the killing area be like? Because it's for XP. I mean, we're going to need a sword and all that. Well, I'm just telling you that whoever is in there is going to have to be inside lava. I'm not going to say anything else. Let's build, right? I'm going to do it step by step and take this as a tutorial because I think there are entities that need to be placed, like some boats and some things that have to be placed in precise spots. So, well, let's get to it because it's going to be difficult. Oh, I haven't even started, huh? The farm isn't even working yet. I'm already fearing the worst. This slime has to be in the back. Once it moves forward, it sticks to the other one and can't be fixed except by hand. This has occurred here and in several other places further down. So I don't know if doing it on a server is messing it up. That's what I get for trying new concepts, huh? I hope it doesn't happen again, or that it doesn't cause problems. If it causes issues, I might have to break it. I just didn't want to make the usual guardian farm everyone sees. This idea is more fun and quicker to build for me. I just wanted to try it out. If it doesn't work, now you know not to do it. I'm working hard for you all. You're welcome. I might have placed a wrong block, but I've fixed everything. It took some time, but now it works perfectly. When I stop it, everything stays where it should. Sorry about the noise if you're hearing it right now. It's September 18th, and I have the air conditioning on. I don't get it. Look, I'm here. I'm a man trapped in ice. This column here, of course, it's huge. It's like 120 something blocks or something like that. And I tried to make it with buckets, but honestly, no. I mean, I had to go get ice, which I think was the best decision, because doing it with buckets is a nightmare. I went to get ice, and yeah, I grabbed a few stacks. And of course, since it's 4 blocks wide, I have to place 2 in one, because just 2 wouldn't be enough. So to make this infinite, I'll set it up like this and start digging down. The bubble columns make it weird, but at least the rain keeps me company. I wish it would fill with rain. Minecraft should add that. That's what's wasting most of my time. I've already reached the top, so I'll keep going down. I've got all the enchantments, Aqua Affinity, Depth Strider, everything. So I should be able to do this without any problem. All right, last one. Done. Now I have a super elevator. It's really long, huh? How many seconds can you spend in there? I'm gonna check. I'll jump into time how long it takes me to go up. I might end up drowning. No, because I have respiration 200, but I haven't lost even a single bubble. Now comes the hardest part, guys. I have to do this, but I don't know how. They do explain it in the video. Well, let's tackle it step by step. I'm not exactly the sharpest pencil in the box. I was telling you that I haven't used up even a single bubble. And that's because this is called a bubble column. So you breathe in the bubbles and you don't drown. So you can never lose one. Well, just so you know. Free Minecraft knowledge. All right. Let's see if I can place the entities. Here, I have to put 9 boats in each corner. Well, you already know this is the killing zone. I'll explain 100% how it works later. But the Guardians, in principle, have to get here. This will have water. And there will be some boats lined up right on this block. That's 9 on each side. So I imagine you can fit up to 36 Guardians. Because if they're inside the boats, this is important, eh? Because when they're inside the boats, they don't count toward the mob cap. So more can come out before you kill them. So it's a quick way. But anyway, the thing is that this guy explains entity alignment very, very briefly. So I think I've managed to figure out more or less how it works. Because I think I have to put a piston there first. Then a composter here. I'm doing all of this from memory, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay, I have to dispense 9 bamboo boats. They have to be bamboo. They can't be anything else. Because the bamboo ones are like, when you get on them, you're a little higher, and it lines up perfectly with the Guardians, in this case and all that. So I have to put 9 bamboo boats in there. So for the boats to dispense, if I'm remembering right, which I might not be, I need to pretend there's water there. This feels like a tutorial. It's crazy, man. It's crazy to do this alignment, you know. There go 9. All right, I think they're good. Okay, first step, take out the 9 boats. Okay, until they can't anymore. Now I should, with the fence, push it into that corner. I mean, against that staircase, that's done. Now I have to align it upwards. It's very important that this trapdoor is here. This needs to be covered. And I could swear that the last step is to put one in here. Let's see, or this one directly, if possible. Okay, yes, look, here it's completely aligned with the corner. Come on, it's perfect. This is how it has to be. It's just that now one thing he doesn't mention in the video is that these 3 blocks, what the hell, that scared me. Okay, it didn't move. It didn't move the boats. See? This block here, let's say these 3 are air right now. So I think that, well, actually, I don't think so. Glass goes here. I can't put it there by hand, so here's what I'll do. And I think with this, all 3, right? Yes. Well, I'd swear that's it. I'm going to put it here because basically I can't access or accidentally move these boats anymore. I'm going to check the schematic. Did I forget something? Well, obviously I need to remove this water. Well, perfect, right? I made this one up, didn't I? Nothing goes here. Well, I'd say first entities align. Now I'm going with that one. Take this as a tutorial, okay? Because C5 doesn't explain it very well in his video. I mean, he explains it, but phew, very superficially. I'll just tell you to be careful if water falls from above. Try not to let that happen. Oh man, what a mess I've got here. It's the same on the other side. Okay, I have a question that I don't know if anyone can answer for me. No, actually, I know how to answer it myself. Well, I just started recording anyway. You see these 4 fence gates are made of wood, and the creator leaves these 3 made of wood. And this one has to be a crimson fence gate, okay? For those of you who aren't familiar, the crimson one is from the nether and it can't burn. These are wood, so they can burn from the nearby lava. I wondered why only this one is crimson while the other 3 aren't. The answer is simple, and honestly, I didn't know it when I started recording. It's because there's airspace above it. Hello? There's an airspace above it. So, in that airspace, a flame can be created. But these don't have any airspace around them. And below, I guess it doesn't count. And that's why they can't burn. Because they're surrounded by blocks. As you can see, they're surrounded by blocks at all times. Well, it's time to explain how this killing area works. As you already know, the guardians will rise up through the water current. These guardians will stay in this 4-block area. One person with a sword will keep clicking on an armor stand, which, with the sweeping edge effect, will be continuously killing the guardians. The experience will go back to him, and the items will go underneath to one side. Okay, but when you're doing this, there's a big problem. Well, 2 big problems. One is that the guardians have something like the thorns effect. That is, when you hit them, they hit you back. This hit takes away 3 health points. Not 3 hearts, but 3 points. And besides this, since you're constantly attacking, you'll get hungry. And when that happens, you're going to lose 1 health point as well. Okay, so what C5 explains is how Minecraft works. When you take damage, you have about a second where you turn red. You know that when you hit someone or you fall or anything like that, the character turns red. Okay, at that moment, let's say you have, in quotes, immunity to other hits so they don't stack up. The reality is you don't have true immunity. Instead, when you're red, all the hits you've taken stack up. Imagine that if you take fall damage and at the same time a zombie hits you, the stronger hit will prevail, which in this case is the fall. Well, this farm uses this to its advantage because if you have diamond armor with fire protection, 4 on all of them, and on top of that, you have a beacon with resistance and regeneration. You can stay in lava infinitely without dying. The hearts that go down just go back up. Same with the beacon, okay? So what do you want this for? Well, because if you're in lava and you can't die because the beacon is constantly regenerating you, and also the fire damage doesn't hurt you that much. You're constantly taking 4 damage from the lava. Therefore, if you get hit by anything else, like a guardian hit for 3 damage or hunger damage for 1, the lava damage will always prevail, which is 4 points of damage. And that damage is partially blocked by your armor and the beacon. So you can be in lava killing guardians without ever dying. Honestly, it's really clever. It's an amazing mechanic. But by the way, you have to add a special beacon to this, and it's this beacon down here. Like I said, if you just have resistance and regeneration, the beacon will keep you alive. But I think it was in a video by To Know to Name that, because of a comment someone left, they discovered you could make a kind of overpowered beacon, let's say with a stronger effect than a normal one. And what does it do? Well, it turns off and on every 4 seconds. And what this causes is that regeneration works in cycles. Every so often it regenerates you, maybe half a heart or whatever amount it is. So simply by turning the beacon off and on again, you reset that cycle, making it so you don't have to wait. The numbers aren't exact, but you do get regenerated. A second goes by, you get regenerated again, another second passes, you get regenerated again, and at that moment you turn off the beacon, turn it back on, and you get regenerated again without a second having passed. And that way, you don't just have a beacon keeping you alive, but if by any chance you take extra damage or something happens, you'll also be regenerating health. That's why you use the super beacon. I don't think it's necessary, but it's good to have it. Okay, as you can see here, I just made this special beacon and there's really not much to it. It's a 2-second clock. If I activate the whole farm, the lag would kill me, so I'm only running part of it. You can see it repeatedly removes and places the block, giving me regeneration. It removes the block, but I still have regeneration. I still have it, it places it, and then at that moment when it places it, that's when I get 2 pulses of regeneration. You see that the resistance keeps going up normally. That's because it's the primary one. I mean, resistance is the primary, and regeneration is the secondary. So the primary only takes effect when you have the 9 blocks on top, and let's say that by removing this block, you're not removing the primary, but you are removing the secondary. That's why it works with regeneration, which is actually the one that matters. But anyway, it's a really interesting concept. Honestly, I didn't know about it until I saw this farm, but it's really cool. You see, boom, I'd get 2 regeneration effects right when it puts the block back. Did you get it? I hope that was clear. If not, don't worry. Just leave it in the comments. I'll come to your house with pen and paper to explain. I believe it's already been checked, right? But even with protection for netherite armor, if you don't eat, you end up dying. As you can see there, it doesn't matter. You still end up dying. I'm gonna eat. That's a lot of eating. That's crazy, but no, this is unfeasible. Now I have to go use the trading hall from the last episode, and I'm going to make a special fire protection armor, and I'll also make a special sword to have here. And with that, we could try it out. All right, as you can see, I just made the armor. And for the sword, I need to go down because I want a diamond sword, but also I'm out of levels, so I think I'm going to do this. Convenient. All right, 26. Well, that's fine. I don't know if it'll be enough. I have a few diamonds. All right, there's a way to combine the enchantments so that it uses fewer levels. I think the wiki showed what the best way was. I found a website that I didn't know about, and I enter the enchantments I want. And it tells me it's going to cost 33 levels, so I don't have enough. It tells you to do looting first, then sweeping on the sword. That's cool. I just learned about this and will use it often. Here you go. I'm too lazy to go down and get 4 levels. The anvil broke on us, man. I was waiting for it to break. That's why I was recording, because I wanted to replace the anvil, but it didn't want to break. Oh, it broke, Egochin. What are we going to do? We're out of an anvil. What can we do? I can't believe there will be one in such a beautiful place. There's a video button for kids. There's a button here. What will happen if I press a button here? Oh, amazing. We have a new anvil. I can't believe it. I'm astonished. Let's see, this is supposed to be super simple. You have a piston. I just left it down there. How can you move it?
Not like that. If you run and get hit by a sword, move it.
Damn, what a joke. You're so smart. Here's a prize. No, I'm the dumb one. I mean, that's why we put it on top. Okay, so if I open this, it should be aligned. Okay, now if I get in here and... Okay, I have knockback. I'm going to use the good sword. I don't know if I need to line up against this, but yeah. Okay, let's try it. Here comes the fun part, Igochin. I'm on the roof. Okay, you have to go down and pull the lever. Pull the lever.
Whoa, let's hope what I think doesn't happen.
I'm supposed to kill everything myself. Or at 15, level 17. We're leaving a bot. Did you think you came here for nothing? We need to build some storage.
Yeah, but where's the light coming from?
Under me, under my feet. I don't know if you can see it. Ah, no, I'm picking up everything. Okay, but if I don't pick it up when my inventory's full, yeah.
Yeah, I know it falls there. You can't see it, but now it's falling.
50 levels and going up.
If you have a bad PC, this will break it, huh?
Or a bad server, but like here, you see where I'm going, right? But since I buy at Holy GG Ruby, I don't have any problems. It's perfect since I don't lose health and the tools stay intact, so we can set up a bot. Now you should start thinking of a name.
It's about Guardians, right? It must have a name if it has a skin.
Come on, it's the best skin in the world. 100% Prismatron. Well, as we said, the items are going to drop here and we're going to carry them through a stream to this area. Here I'm going to put all the filters we need because the farm produces, I'm recalling the numbers from memory, but I think it was 100,000 in total. So we're going to make the filters that I want, basically. All right, we've already made the filters. Obviously, I think everyone knows how an item filter works by now, right? How iGochen works.
When an item goes through here, let's say a prismarine drops and goes through here. And let's say this one right here doesn't use prismarine. The prismarine would go through here, and since this one is full of, let's say, another item, it would skip past this one. Let's imagine that this one here does have this one. It has prismarine, but this one isn't the same as the other. It would go in here, and when this one gets above 41, it will let items through.
And you were a teacher.
Yes, I want to teach young children. From 0 to 3 years old. You don't have to explain things.
That's what I was going to say, because you have to explain things. I don't have to explain a filter. But here, only prismarine can come in. Nothing else gets in. So let's see. The thing is that this produces 55,000 prismarine and kind of spread out 6-point-something items every 0.4 seconds. That's it. You can do the math if you want, but it's enough for about 6 hoppers. Here, 4 hoppers will use prismarine for crafting. I'll show you those soon. And here, one is going to use prismarina, another one prismarina, and another one. That's the one with 1, okay? Here is where the one with 1 will go with 2, which is the surplus, just so we don't lose it. And then it produces 22,000 of these of the crystals. The crystals are used solely and exclusively to craft sea lanterns, so we're going to use them for that. But anyway, it produces 2.4 or something like that. 2.4 hoppers are needed, so there are 3 here. I've set up this distribution like this, and you'll see why in a moment. That's because this is going to be a sea lantern crafter, this one too, and this one as well. All right, let's start working on the bottom part of the circuit, the one with the crafters. Let's go. This part is the simplest, okay? Here, 4 prismarine go in. So 2 full hopper lines will be dedicated to building this block. That's it. So here we've placed 1. Actually, we need to update it so it starts working. That's it. And here, it's the same thing, but here I'm only going to use 1 line, okay? 2 of these lines are going to craft this. One of these lines is going to craft the one with 4. This one, the regular prismarine, okay? As you can see, it's been made automatically and it's stored here. And here there's an extra one, this extra one, that's just going to go nowhere, just to store prismarine. Because we're going to need it since there's a type of crafting that uses prismarine and squids. And I don't know, in case there aren't enough of these and we have extra of these and I just want to have prismarine storage, well, for whatever we need it for, I'm not going to do this with the crystal one because crystals are absolutely useless for anything other than lanterns. I checked the wiki and everywhere, and no, it's just not useful for anything else. Crystals are useless. So now we're going to make the 3 for crafting lanterns, which are more complex because these are really simple, since they're just a single item. All right, they're done. That was simple. I can't really explain it much because I can't reproduce it. But anyway, you already know that it comes in through here. I mean, I drew the diagram by hand. You always need to do the first one, then they start filling up. When this hopper and this hopper have items, when this is full, these torches turn off and let this clock work and start firing. That's it. If you got it, great. If not, we'll show it later. Now we're going to make a shulker loader for these, a shulker loader for these, a shulker loader for the regular prismarine, and then we're going to put all the sea lanterns in the same shulker and make a shulker loader for that too. Does that sound like a good plan? Woo-hoo. We love them. In this series, we only make shulker loaders in all the farms. Let's see, yesterday Higochin and I were experimenting a bit with the shulkers. So, as you can see, I've moved all the sea lanterns here. Everything of one type will go here, everything of another type here, another here, and another here. So we need 4 shulker loaders placed right next to each other like this with the extra chest. Obviously, they could be made separately and that's it. It would be super easy. I'd do it in 5 minutes, but I like to make things complicated for myself, right? It's fine, right? Every now and then. No, but anyway, this way it works for all the builds. I mean, we're going to reuse this for a long time. Look, this is what I set up in creative mode. This is what it's normally like. I mean, the 4 come here and that's it. They're regular shulker loaders and the shulkers will drop here. And like I said, I wanted a separate chest. Okay, we have that in the storage that's here, which, well, I can't show it here, but normally you have the shulkers here and the item here. We were looking at it and this is a real mess. I mean, it's a really weird thing, and on top of that, it needs a ton of items just to start making shulkers. I found a design, and you might ask, as you always do, where I get these things. Well, look, it's from a wither skeleton farm from a channel with 400 subscribers, where in a minute and a half they show the farm. And I paused one of the frames and noticed it had this redstone thing. And I said, I'm gonna copy it so you can ask me later how I got there. Well, I don't know. Okay, don't ask me. And then here it sends the items to one of the chests and sends the shulkers to another chest. If you look at it and understand it, it's pretty clever how it works, but it takes up a ton of space, a lot. Egoshen came up with this, which is a really good idea. And of course, a minecart. I use minecarts a lot for these things. I don't know why, but oh well. And what this does is split it. So you put the item in and it splits into two. And I thought of something else. Look at this. It's a janky solution. Yes, it's janky. Yes, I'm gonna have to build a monster 15 blocks high. No, sometimes you can be really smart and do really cool things like this with redstone, or you can be lazy and go with the law of least effort. If I have a chest here and I put the items in, half will go to each side. But if the items, if they come through the hopper, they come one by one. So one goes in and that one decides where to go. And then that side gets repeated because it goes one by one. It's like if I put one in and it goes and chooses the one with priority. Which one has priority? I don't know. So since it picks a priority, you just do Tukey, the items start going, and when this fills up, like this for example, then it will choose the other side and go to the shulker loader. Do you like my solution? This one works. This one always works. If it gets the hopper order right, and I'll make sure it does, of course. If you want to check it out, I'll tell you the channel name since I don't remember, and he doesn't show it in his video. That shows a wither farm I'm making a short about. You might have seen it, as I'm starting to write short scripts again after a long break. Hisami, I honestly don't know if he made it. I saw it on his channel, but that doesn't mean he made it. It's very likely that it's not his, but I've seen it. Well, once we're here, let's do this, which is to check what the order is. All right, the priority is this hopper, and I hope it always stays that way. I'm gonna check something. If I leave and return, the order changes, which was odd. Now leaving and returning doesn't change the order. What happens if I go to the nether and return? Now it seems focused on this one, but that's odd. I don't trust the system anymore and will run more tests. It changed the order before, so it might again. Forget what I said, I got mixed up probably because there were previous items. I'm not sure what happened, but there's always a hopper with priority. I've checked this in several worlds and ways. And it's gonna be the hopper with the lowest coordinates. That is, here, the X and the Y are the same, but the Z is 224, and this one is 223. So this one is gonna have priority because it's 223. And so the game processes from the lowest to the highest. If we were in negative coordinates, it would be the highest negative number. No, don't get this confused. I mean the number closest to minus 30 million, let's say, to put it simply. And I've pretty much confirmed this. There's no way it doesn't end up on the one that always has the smallest coordinates. This is simply because the hopper's action is processed not in the same tick, but in a subtask of the tick, because ticks have priorities. I did this in a video about pistons, and each tick, which is the moment the game processes, has its own properties. And one of them is, I don't know if it's block entity, I think, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So at that moment, it chooses the order by coordinates, and that's it. What does this mean? We're gonna have to put chests around here. The collection will be around here. Well, that's how it is. I can't really change it. And the shulker loaders will go this way. Time to do it. I thought this was never going to happen. We've run out of shulker cells because I was going to take them to the shulker loader. But, well, let's see. We've kind of run out because I know there are some scattered around the farms. There are a lot of extra shulker cells. They're in the storage now. That's right, I'm the one who follows the law of least effort. In my defense, we hardly use shulkers in the storage. In fact, look at all the ones I put in. And what I'm going to do is this, because this gets filled up with finished shulkers. I move them by hand, even though I could make some kind of feedback system, but there's not much space. I don't know, I've done this a few times. I put finished shulkers in because they're no use to us there, and they don't get used up. I mean, we don't use that many. And besides, there aren't any chests here, so it's the law of least effort. All this just to avoid turning on the farm, which would only take 5 minutes, but oh well, now I activate the clock, so it should start crafting, right? You all know this already. It's gonna keep filling up until there's no more space. Also for the future. Now this would stay like this, okay? Up there. Here, it's a bit far. Honestly, it could be lowered, but I don't feel like it. So it stays like this. The items will go here, and the shulkers here. I'll have to make a really cool little intermediate room here, and I'm going to move the portal here. I also need to make the portal tunnel. But following along the lines of what I said last episode, the ultimate test of this, the decoration of both things and all that, will be in the next episode. One moment. What's this? $1.99. Could that be the price to become a member of the channel? Right now and get early access to Sayer's episodes and the Fixing Farms ones? I don't think so, right? You probably don't want to support the channel and yours truly, right? I'll end on a cliffhanger for the next episode. We'll wrap this up then, okay? We're adding one more line for channel members at the Magma Cube level. Thanks for watching the video. Goodbye.